Good morning. Yes, that's a Sunday.
Yes, excellent.
It is Monday, April 5th, 2021. It's time for This Week at EPL. I'm Andrew.
I'm Zach.
We're going to get right into some new items that we have. New poetry and novels in verse. What's the first one here?
Yeah. Well, first we'll talk about a collection called Ode by Josh Bennett. It's National Poetry Month, so we're going to be focusing on poetry mostly today. Ode is a collection with celebration at its center. It focuses on how we might mend the relationships between ourselves and the people, spaces, and objects we've been taught to think of as insignificant, fundamentally unworthy of study, reflection, attention, or care. Spanning the spectrum of genre and form, from elegy to ode to origin myth, these poems celebrate an aesthetics of repair. What's more, they ask that we turn to the songs and sites of historically denigrated so that we might uncover a new way of being in the world together, one wherein we can truthfully reckon with the brutality of the past and thus imagine the possibilities of our shared, unpredictable present anew. Sounds kind of intense.
Yes.
But yeah, they'll all be upstairs or on our new shows.
Yeah, you can get also the descriptions. These are in Evergreen already. And they can be put on hold. That was just the first one, but specifically that one especially, you can go on our catalog on our website and find a description on there as well as find some things that are similar. Let's go up to Hard-Boiled Bugs for Breakfast and other tasty poems. Can't forget. But there is definitely something tasty for everyone at this scrumptious and very silly poetry feast written by the first U.S. Children's Poet Laureate. In the mood for some red-hot ice cream, some cottage cheese made by a bumblebee, or perhaps a sip from the chocolate lake. Then pull up a chair and dive in, and don't even think of leaving until you are too full to take another delicious bite. That sounds good.
That does sound good.
Yes.
I'm ready for that.
I'm more of an over easy bugs for breakfast kind of person though.
Prove it.
No.
Being Toffee by Sarah Croson. I am not who I say I am, and Marla isn't who she thinks she is. I am a girl trying to forget. She's a woman trying to remember. Allison has run away from home with nowhere to live and finds herself hiding out in the shed of what she thinks is an abandoned house, but the house isn't empty. An elderly woman named Marla with dementia lives there, and she mistakes Allison for an old friend from her past named Toffee. As their bond grows and Allison discovers how much Marla needs a real friend, she begins to ask herself, where is home? What is family? And most importantly, who is she really? And so this is a novel, but it's a novel in verse. So instead of straight, just literary form, I guess, narrative form, it's in verse like a poem. So the whole, just like that first section, the whole book is like that. So that might be an interesting one to kind of explore for something different.
Oh yeah. And besides being in a certain form, relevant to the poetry month, it just sounds really cool too. I mean, it sounds really
it does. Yeah, the premise is neat too. Speaking about poetry some more, the teen poetry contest. We're in our official first week. We already have, I think last time I checked last week, it was almost 30, and that was only a few days in. So very excited about that. That's going to be really cool to see everything that comes in this week. We'll post the link again on the description, but it's for anyone in middle school or high school age. And you can submit the link. We judge them, the EPL staff judge them at the end of the month, and the winners receive a gift card of $50 for first place, $25 for second, and $15 for third to a local restaurant of their choice. So it's a cool opportunity to just have some free-form, non-graded, whatever you want expression. So it's really cool to see what all these people can come up with.
Yeah. We were frozen there for a second on the video, so apologies for that.
Not just talented mimes.
Yes, right.
Less poetry related, but also educationally related. We've got our Eckhart Envoys and social science surveyors program starting. predominantly for homeschool children. 10:30 is elementary introductions to countries and cultures from around the world. That's Eckhart Envoys. We explore kind of just your cultures and aspects of those cultures from places definitely farther from the home horizon. And social science surveyors is for middle school and high school age students. We're going to focus on archaeology. So that'll be interesting. No snakes or cool hats or 1940s cars involved, as far as I know at this point.
And when's that going on?
That is on Mondays. Contact Karen at extension 508 if you're interested in signing up for that.
Yeah. Next thing on the list here is the D&D that's happening. Since we're I feel like we're just this far, maybe it's gone to this far, from being able to have this club in person. Online we've been having D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. The group is in a good spot, but we wouldn't mind having another one or two. So there's a teen group, there is for a adult group as well, but if you would like to join and get in our library Discord, send an email to gaming@epl.lib.in.us or send a message to our Facebook page.
It's a fun group, a very creative group.
It definitely is. Both of them, both of them are very good, and it's a good range of ability, or not ability levels, experience levels.
Yeah.
People who have played for years, and then people who have played for not years. But it all works out, and everybody has a good time because
it's just a free open space.
Yep.
And if you're interested in D&D or learning more about it, but you don't necessarily want to play, you can still send us an email. We'll keep you in the loop. You can get on the Discord and see what's happening, follow the progress, and you're welcome to do that too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you don't know Discord, it's just kind of a cool place that you can sort of hang out and pick up on some of that stuff as well. You can pop in and listen to what's going on, like you said there, and you can probably actually learn a decent amount just by that. And don't feel like you're like sitting at the table being all creepy listening.
Yeah, right.
It's cool.
Spying.
It's definitely a different environment on Discord.
Yeah, it's a neat app.
And then Storytimes, those are happening online on Sundays at 10 a.m. And then Wednesday mornings. And then we're also going to have our first in-person one in a while. That's going to be at 10:45 on Wednesday in Library Park. So out by the fountain. If you've been there in the past, it's going to be the same kind of place again. But you get an up-close and personal view to the new landscape that's going in, which is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, actually, yeah.
And see, kind of imagine. You can maybe have a little one and take a picture with how some of the trees look now, and then 5 years, 10 years. Make sure you print your photos, by the way, so you can go back and look at them. But go back, look at the photograph in 5 years or so, and see how everything's changed and such like that.
That's actually an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Take a picture right as it's planted, and as the years go by, you can take increasing pictures to see the change.
A couple quick things as well. Tax day has still been extended to May 17th, as far as I know. That's the date. We still are able to print at no cost to you the tax forms that you need. If we don't have them already available, we can print them out for you. Are we frozen again?
Speaking of frozen, though, we got some very generous grants from the community to get some virtual programming equipment, and that is just coming out, which Andy and I are very excited about, among other people. So this new audio microphone is one of them, but hopefully we'll have some even better technology equipment coming in. We want to thank everybody for that.
Some of it's actually right down there. We just can't use it yet because we don't have the right cord.
And speaking again about upcoming things, as of the 31st, 16 and up ages are eligible for the COVID vaccine. 16 and 17 have to get the Pfizer vaccine. So you have to find a site on the indiana.gov site. You can always just Google COVID Indiana vaccine and hit the .gov site that comes up. It's a whole dashboard and makes it pretty easy. But other than that, if you're 18 and up, the vaccine's available as well all over. The DeKalb County Health Department said that they're kind of really looking for people who are on the wait list in case there are cancellations. So if you want to give them a call, you can easily get signed up on a wait list, and they'll let you know if there's an opening if you want to try to get one sooner rather than later. So
Yep.
that's a good service as well.
And that being said, if you do get in on an early one, make sure that you are canceled for your original appointment if you had one.
Right.
So don't just or if you can't make your appointment, make sure you do cancel it so they're not just
Doubling up.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Anything else?
Happy April.
Happy April.
Happy warmth.
Yes.
Happy green.
Which is how I can't really mention about being cold and having the thing freeze because I mean it should be thawed by now.
What a poorly weather timed pun.
I know.
If only.
If only. So I think that'll wrap it to a close for today.
All right.
We'll catch you next Monday.
Have a good week.
See you.